Hello everybody and welcome to the 4th Detail Media Podcast. I'm your host, George Evans, and today joining me are...
James Hellman.
Jason Reed.
So today we are going to discuss the new Razer Valerie? The new 3-screen laptop, which looks absolutely epic. And we'll come on to the story that goes behind it. But this was released and I fell in love with it straight away. I'm really terrified about the price tag, though.
It's something I wasn't too bothered about because the idea has been around for years, as I remember correctly. Jason, you showed me basically the same thing for Macs.
And it's just it works with Eddie.
Well, yeah, but it was made for Mac, wasn't it? No? That's why you said it was made for Mac. No, it was you that said it was made for Mac.
I didn't say it was made for... I said it was designed for Mac.
He's jumping back at his words now. Anyway.
Oh no, because I've got different finishes, so you can match it to any laptop.
Anyway.
Because when you said it to me, you were like, it sticks on the back of Mac, so I thought that it was specifically for...
So details. Yes, okay, right, okay. So yeah, and this is just literally something that just sits on the back of the screen, it's plugged in via USB and opens up to 3 screens on any laptop. The only thing that I doubted about that was it was USB, and let's be honest, it wouldn't quite just the quality on the screens probably wouldn't ever match that of something that was plugged in with a HDMI or a display port.
But
so
now,
that's what made me doubt that one.
But now the Razer have decided that they're going to put that technology inside a laptop, and so this laptop is the first specifically with 3 screens.
So they're taking an old idea and pretending it's new.
Yeah, pretty much. what most people do.
Welcome to business.
But they showed this off at CES, and it got stolen.
Yep.
I don't know how many laptops got stolen, but multiple laptops were stolen.
It was just their prototype one that got stolen.
It was multiple laptops.
And their projector, the new projector.
Well, anyway,
Do you want to know how much it showed up in China? Do you want to know for how much? 22,000.
Well, no wonder someone probably stole it.
$22,000.
Ain't no one.
Someone was selling that in China.
Reward.
Razer has put a $25,000 bounty on it. They might as well buy it back from the guy that stole it.
I don't understand. Pretty much. I don't understand why they're so freaked out about it, because the stuff they've put into it isn't exactly secret technology that no one else has.
And surely they'd have a backup for it. Yes, it's an amazing laptop.
No, the reason they want it back is because of, like they said, corporate espionage. They don't want anyone else to get hold of it until they've released it officially. So they don't want anyone else to steal the idea, produce it, and get it out there before Razer has a chance to do so themselves. Although, when Razer does that, everyone else will do it anyway, for cheaper, and they'll get them.
Exactly, but a lot with them releasing this, people now know that it is possible to have 3 screens within one laptop. So companies, I know it was. Companies,
I know. Oh my god! It's not like you could do that anyway with a HDMI splitter.
I don't like him when he's like this.
I don't like him.
Good point.
I don't like myself, so it's fine.
I'll drink to that.
Anyway, so yeah, it's when they had their original Razer Blade laptop, it was £1,200, I think it was. So, do we have a price on this one?
This one doesn't have a price yet.
It's going to be at least 2.5k.
Yeah, it's going to be for the UK. It's going to be 3 at least, £3,000.
Yeah, anything that's about anything that's $1,000 in America is about £3,000 in Britain at the moment. Brexit.
Hang on. The price for the Blade, the Razer Blade, is with the new GTX 1080 is $3,699.
Oh right.
So I imagine
this
this new Razer laptop that they're bringing out, the
4K.
Valerie, is 4K, and
I don't know.
I meant money wise.
I honestly don't. I don't honestly.
It's 12K with 3 screens.
I would like to know what goes through people's heads when they're like, I want to get a gaming laptop for $3,000, because that same money can get you a tower desktop which is twice as powerful.
I suppose a lot of it is the portability. You know, you can have it at your desk.
Damn the portability! I want the power.
Unlimited power.
But laptops are becoming more and more powerful, you know, in themselves. Yes, a lot of them
Yeah, but
used to be...
They're always limited by space and battery, and unless they find out some way of making that cooling system survive the powerful processors and graphics cards they put in there, as well as the battery actually being able to power that much, laptops are always going to fall dramatically behind a tower computer.
Yeah, but they're portable, and that's the only reason people go for them instead.
And they are slowly catching up. Yes, it's not as quick as the big PCs are going, but I mean, you know, it was not that... We couldn't even contemplate putting a 1080 in a laptop, and now here they are doing it with 3 screens and a 12K display. Like, it's slowly coming along to the point of what a tower can do.
Imagine a 1080 in a tower. 5 screens, 4K. As whatever size you want. As I'm pointing over there, with George's varying sizes of multiple screens.
Where did all this sass come from?
Sorry,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
I
like
can't. It's just I've just got the problem of I can't justify that kind of expenditure on something like that when you can get something much better.
Yeah, but maybe they don't necessarily want better, but portability.
Yes, but portability is not worth that much. You get a car, you can take your tower anywhere.
But like, so for me, I went for my MacBook because
you're an idiot and you went for a Mac.
I wanted the power and a small portable system.
I don't like his sass, but I agree with him on that.
I'm changing back to PC as soon as I can afford it.
And what PC going back to? A tower, I'm sure, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because I don't need to move around anymore. That was what I needed to go into lectures.
Something like the Razer Blade would be good for my work when I go off, you know, on set.
You can't justify spending company money on that. I'm
No.
sorry.
You can get a normal...
It's vital. I need it.
You can get a normal professional laptop for a fraction of the price that will do just the same for the work you want to do.
Yeah, but I'd also use it for gaming. I'm not saying I'd buy it on company money, but I am saying that I would like one.
Anyway,
But I would
on the
like
price.
to pay it. Okay.
Anyway, before I get far too sassy about laptops and prices, what we've got next?
Next thing we're going on to is Scalebound, the Xbox One, and was it PC as well?
No, it was an Xbox exclusive.
It was Xbox exclusive.
But aren't all Xbox exclusives available on PC?
On PC,
now?
yeah.
No. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been Xbox exclusive.
But like,
I think it's
Microsoft-
Windows exclusive.
Microsoft are just being a little bit facetious about the way they're doing things. It's kind of PC as well, but it's
Xbox exclusive, but you can play it on your PC.
I believe that might be the case.
So
I'm exactly right.
It's Windows. It's Windows exclusive.
No, because I know the fact that you can't just put your disc into your PC and play it on your PC.
Oh, of course.
You know, you've got to go do a different thing around it, because I know the Xbox store, or the Microsoft store on the PC is less than appropriate for an actual PC. It's not very good. I think they're trying to integrate the Xbox and PC, but it's not really going too well.
They're trying to build it up so that they've got a platform, so everything is Windows exclusive.
Because when Windows 8 came out, they wanted to do a tablet. It's sort of like they want to have the tablet appearance on the PC, but that just failed miserably, and then Windows 10 came out. Anyway, yes, so Scalebound. Yeah.
So we looked at a couple of trailers, and we had mixed views on it. We thought some of the aspects of it were really cool, and some of them were just reskins of stuff that we've seen elsewhere.
Like where?
Huh?
Like where?
Every JRPG ever.
Damn it! Someone's trying to catch him out there.
Really cool concept. Dragons. You've won.
Yeah.
You've got so many mechanics that you can get out of that, and from what I've seen of the gameplay, it just looked like it wasn't doing anything adventurous. That's just what I needed to do.
No, I think the only cool things about it were the fact that you have a dragon companion, but there's nothing new to that. You'd get bored of that very quickly.
The main aspect of that game was the story, because the gameplay from what I saw was you told your dragon where to attack, but nothing else. That's all you could do, is just say over there, over there, over there, and that's all you could do with it.
Yeah, and that you could. I don't even know whether you could ride the dragon.
I mean, possibly you could ride the dragon, but I don't know.
It feels like it's one of those games where it'll be, oh, you're in this section, you can ride it now.
Yeah.
And then you ride it through
exactly.
this level.
It's
and then
not
you
like
carry
it's an
on.
open world and you say, hey, let's hop on the dragon and fly over there or something like that.
It is the kind of game that would have probably been good as an open world type game where you could always ride your dragon whenever you wanted to. If you wanted to fight on the back of your dragon throughout the entire game, you could do so. If you wanted to jump off and fight on your own, you could do so.
Having more control of the dragon seems like it would have given it that boost that it needed, rather than just, as you said, attack over there, attack over there. It feels like the dragon is just another mechanic, not anything.
It's like no more than Garrus.
Yeah. As Microsoft said, there's more behind it than just throwing more money at it. They can't. When you've got a good concept, you can't just throw money at it until it's a good game. There's a lot more reasoning behind it, a lot more planning and development, and it seemed that they just didn't see that it could make that return that they needed to make it worth throwing money at. So they just shut it down instead. And maybe that was the reason why they shut Lionhead down as well.
Yeah, but Fable Legends had everything behind it. It had the previous franchise. It had a good studio. It looked like it was going to be a fantastic game. You know, who knows why Microsoft decided to... Like, of all the games that they're probably developing, that one would have probably been one of the strongest. So for them to close that down...
Yeah.
And it's one that they've put... It feels like they've put a lot of effort in it since launch. Using it as... Well, because it's an exclusive. Like, showing so much of it and then just not to do it at this point. Where it feels like it should be coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
As with a lot of these games that get cancelled, I'm sure the IP is out there for another developer to pick up if they wanted to, and if they had the money to pick it up from. And how Lionhead started, it's always possible that could happen.
Yeah, but I think a lot of things like Scalebound is people are now looking at that IP as sort of a taboo. It's like this got cancelled from a massive, publisher like Microsoft. So why did that happen? What's the details? Yes, you've got what press release, but what is actually behind?
It does also make a lot of the smaller developers think, let's try not going to, when they have these options to go to these big publishers, they think maybe we shouldn't go to Microsoft and go Xbox exclusive because we might just get cancelled for this reason or another.
It gives all developers a taboo, really.
So it makes Xbox exclusive less appealing. And it makes the Xbox landscape for games a lot more barren.
I mean, exclusives... I mean, I don't really like them. I mean, it feels like...
I feel like...
You're just limiting yourself, surely.
Yeah.
Unless you're getting paid a shitload by the company.
As a gamer, it's nicer to have all the platforms cross-connecting in the games that they make, as well as... I know they've tested it a few times of having the crossed servers, and between console and PC, it's a little bit of an unfair advantage for the PC player when it's a shooter game because they have the mouse capabilities.
You need it to be console or PC.
Yeah, but still having that branch there for some games could still work.
Yeah, I think less things that are shoot 'em up, like Diablo, would probably be a really good one.
Yeah, that would work quite well
for from PC and console, because you're not necessarily aiming as such, you're in a direction. Rather than, I've got to click over there, or I can...
And you're not playing against players.
Yeah.
You're playing against the AI continuously throughout the game, so you've always got that that distance between the players.
Yeah, I feel like if they wanted to match PC to the console, they'd have to make it so you have to use a controller.
Yeah.
Not keyboard and mouse.
Then that would start limiting, because you'd think, well, on a keyboard I've got all these buttons, but on a controller,
still have the function of keyboard and mouse if you don't want to play with console players, but if you do, like say you've got friends that have got the game and you specifically want to play with them, just say, okay, well, you need to use a controller.
I think a lot of what they really need to do is start looking at a controller a bit like a keyboard, really. So you hold one of the triggers and that acts as a shift, so now all your key mappings have changed, and I think you could really play around with that.
Certain games do that, but it limit. You've only got so many buttons on the controller. But like games like UFC, which I've been playing quite a bit, I believe, recently, like you use the button as a modifier and it'll do a different thing on each thing.
But I think you could build on that, like not go totally overboard so that all the triggers and back bumpers are a modifier, but you could still have one of the triggers as a modifier, which means you've got a couple of extra keys which you can press for new spells or something like that.
So after that tangent, what have we got next?
I feel like we went way off topic then.
We did. But
What were we starting off with?
We started with
Scalebound.
Scalebound.
That's it.
so next we're going to talk about Alien, the new Alien film, which I have no idea about this, so I'm going to go off YouTube.
George doesn't do the aliens.
I don't know
Don't-
why.
don't-
He's just weird that way.
No, I don't like things like that.
Sorry, not weird. Weird's a bad word. He's abnormal that way.
He's a freak.
No arguments
He's
there,
super
but
freaky.
I love the Alien
Well-
films. All Ridley films. Really.
Oh, the Alien films and the Alien universe, because I read up about it recently. It's just awesome. The when I first watched the trailer for Alien Covenant, the newest film that's coming out, I did think it was just sort of a reskin of the first Alien, to be honest. But then I read into a bit more of the story, and it's sort of like it may have similarities, but it's not the same film.
As
At
I
all.
said earlier, it is the same genre. Oh, well, not the same genre, the same series. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be
So
similar.
You're going to have the similarities of finding a random abandoned ship. There's going to be eggs in it. You get taken over by an alien that you didn't know existed, and everyone dies.
Yeah, apart from one.
Apart from one guy. There's always one guy that
One
survives.
girl.
Or girl. The reason why I say guy is because in Prometheus they twisted it around a little bit and a guy survives. So.
Is he really a guy? Then?
Well, I
We
suppose
don't know.
he did claim to be the last survivor.
Did you just assume his gender? Triggered.
I suppose it is an android. I think that is portraying as android.
it's
yeah.
a mandroid.
Did you just assume his gender?
Did you just assume his circuitry system?
So yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. And you said they were going to do one afterwards with
I
Sigourney
think-
Weaver.
Yeah, there's plans for
Oh,
a
I can't
sequel
wait.
to
Yeah,
the
That's
whole
going to be
thing.
amazing because
apparently there's 2 sequels for Prometheus, which I take it is the prequel to this
the
film.
pre-sequel.
No, I think they're after Covenant, because I think Covenant's the sequel to Prometheus.
Yes.
And
No.
Yeah.
Covenant is the sequel. Sorry, I thought you
sequel
said
to
prequel.
Prometheus, which is a
I thought you said
prequel.
prequel.
That's what I've got here. There were 2 sequels to Prometheus, which would lead into the first Alien film.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think there are plans to do an Alien film
Oh.
after all the others as well. with
That
Sigourney.
would explain why the ship looks exactly the same as the one in the first one, in the same position and everything. Well, I'm an idiot. But to be honest,
Just trust in Hollywood.
I
They
did.
never do anything wrong.
I did, and then they released Batman versus Superman.
No, don't trust in DC.
We don't talk about that. Alien Covenant will be the first of 3 additional films in the Alien prequel series before linking up with the original Alien.
But the one that's following
And started
Resurrection with
Prometheus.
Sigourney Weaver there. When they do that one,
I may be wrong about that, but
I hope
remember.
you're right because I loved the original films. They were just great.
the third one, not so much.
Yeah, the third one was a bit of a weird one, but they had to kill her off somehow and then clone her and then make her sort of connected to the aliens more than she already was by the fact that they murdered everything that she loved.
George is like, what?
Spoiler alert.
No idea.
I mean, you can't spoil a film that's that old.
Well, they say that about Star Wars, but
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck you.
so but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. Very much so.
Also, in the Ridley Scott verse, there's going to be another Blade Runner film as well. Is that out this year?
I think so.
Do you want?
I'll
That's a
look.
film that I have never seen.
You've never
Much
seen
to
Blade Runner?
I
everyone's
haven't
disappointment.
either.
Every time I say that,
my god!
yes, that's the exact reaction I get every time I say I haven't seen Blade Runner.
It's a long film.
Yeah,
Watched it
apparently,
again recently,
apparently it is.
and it's got
6th
Harrison
of
Ford in
October.
it. So, and
Yeah, I didn't-
Ryan Gosling?
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Gosling.
Jared Leto. Anna
It's got
de
Jared
Armas.
Leto in it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How old is that film? Oh,
No,
the
no,
new
the
one.
new
The
one,
new
the
one.
one.
Yeah, the sequel.
Which
Ew.
is set to
Right, I see.
release 6th of October 2017. So
Right, well, I suppose I'll have to
forward
watch
to
the
that,
first one
yeah.
before I watch the next one.
Just be careful which ending you watch.
Are there
there's different
multiple
endings.
ones on it?
Yeah. There's a couple that aren't as good as one.
It's a Mass Effect all over again.
So I'll find you the right one. I'll find you the right one. But yeah.
No.
So yeah, good. It's gonna be good times for Ridley Scott. He's making even
Yeah.
more money because he needs it. I'm sure.
Yeah. After the success of the Alien. franchise.
Right then, on that note, should we leave it there?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you
very
everyone
much.
for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.